Title: The Forgotten Scroll, A Journey Through Bihar's Lost Chronicles. In the heart of the Indian subcontinent lies Bihar, a land steeped in history and filled with untold stories waiting to be discovered. Among these tales, one remarkable story stands out. A story that encapsulates the essence of Bihar's rich past, the discovery of the forgotten scroll. It was a cool and misty morning in the ancient city of Pataliputra, the grand capital of the Mauryan Empire, when a group of archaeologists embarked on a daring excavation in the heart of the city. Their mission was to unearth the secrets of a buried library, an underground repository that had been lost to history for centuries. The legend of this library had been passed down through generations. It was said to have been a sanctuary of knowledge, where scholars from across the known world would congregate to share their wisdom and exchange ideas. It was here that ancient texts, scrolls, and manuscripts were safeguarded, chronicling the intellectual, cultural, and scientific achievements of the era. The team of archaeologists, led by Dr. Alok Sinha, had researched this legend for years, piecing together clues from ancient inscriptions and folklore. They had identified a location that held the promise of revealing the hidden treasures of the past. As they began their excavation, they uncovered layers of history, one artifact at a time. The turning point came when, beneath a thick layer of soil and debris, they discovered an entrance. With bated breath and a sense of awe, they ventured into the dark abyss. What awaited them inside was beyond their wildest expectations. The underground chamber was a sprawling labyrinth of corridors, chambers, and alcoves, all filled with an astonishing array of texts and scrolls. Dusty and brittle, these manuscripts bore witness to centuries of human knowledge and endeavor. Among them, they found ancient treatises on mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, along with intricately illustrated volumes on art, philosophy, and history. But the most remarkable discovery was a scroll unlike any other. It was larger than the rest, adorned with gold leaf, and encased in a carved sandalwood tube. The language was archaic, and the script, an ancient precursor of Devanagari, was barely decipherable. It bore the title, The Chronicles of Magadh. Dr. Sinha carefully unrolled the scroll, his heart racing as he realized the significance of their find. This was a historical treasure trove, a record of life in ancient Magadh, the precursor to modern-day Bihar, dating back over 2 millennia. The scroll spoke of emperors, philosophers, and poets who had once walked the very streets they stood on of battles, diplomacy, and the rise and fall of kingdoms. As the scholars worked tirelessly to translate and transcribe the scroll, they uncovered stories of Emperor Ashoka's reign, the spread of Buddhism, and the construction of grand stupas and pillars. They read about the scholars of Nalanda, whose wisdom had drawn students from around the world. They marveled at the accounts of flourishing trade routes and the cultural exchanges that had shaped Bihar into a crucible of knowledge and artistry. The discovery of the forgotten scroll ignited a renewed interest in Bihar's history, drawing attention to a land that had often been overshadowed by other regions. The story of its excavation, the unraveling of the scroll, and the rekindling of interest in the state's past captured the imagination of historians, researchers, and storytellers worldwide.